welcome to my another session. In this session, I have a talk about the basic concept of nervous system. There are series of video regarding the nervous system, and this is the first video about the basic concept of nervous system and what is the nervous system and what are the functions of the nervous system. So what actually mean of the nervous system? Nervous system, this is the one system of our body and which is composed of actually two types of cells. The more specialized cells, these are known as the nerve cells or known as neurons. And another type of cells, these are known as the glial cells or glia cell. These are known as glial cells or sporting cells. Such glial cells which act as the packing cell in brain or in spinal cord. About 10 billions, more than 10 billions number of neurons or nerve cells present in our body and which forms the nervous system. So up to this we know the nervous system actually composed of two type of cell. One is the neurons, another is the glial cells. Neuron, this is the very specific cells. That's why such neurons actually regarded as structural and functional unit of nervous system. So each and every activities of nervous system which is controlled by the neurons or the nerve cell, and the brain, spinal cord and each nerve which also composed of by the neurons. That's why this is the structural and the functional unit of the nervous system. Nervous system which performs three important functions. First one is the collection of information or receiving of information. After receiving, the processing of information takes place inside the central nervous system or brain or the spinal cord. So processing. And third one is after processing, the responding takes place to the stimuli or the information. So third one may be the responding. So the nervous system is the system which has three important functions: receiving, processing and the responding. So the nervous system, suppose that this is the nervous or the neural system or the nervous system which receive the information from the external as well as internal environment. Internal environment means whatever takes place in our body, inside our body, which received by the nervous system through the nerve, or whatever changes taking place outside our body which is also known as the information. Such information, that whatever changes takes place in our body or the surrounding, in the external surrounding or the external environment as well as internal environment, which is known as the stimuli. Stimuli or stimulus, singular is stimulus. So any type of changes, it may be physical, it may be electrical, it may be thermal, any kind of changes in internal environment or external environment which is known as the stimuli or which is known as the information. Such information actually detected by the receptor organ. Receptor organ. So the external changes, it is detected by the receptor organ, and such stimuli which convert into impulse. Impulse, or it is known as the nerve impulse. So the external information which convert into nerve impulse by the receptor organ and such impulse is transmitted to nervous system by the afferent nerve. By the afferent nerve, or it also known as sensory nerve. So this is the first function of the nervous system. So receiving of information, collection of information from the external as well as internal environment. This is known as the receiving of information. And here you observe that the stimuli which convert into impulse and which is known as the transduction. This is the one example of the transduction. Any physical changes, any thermal changes, any type of changes in the environment which is known as the stimuli, which is converted into nerve impulse. This is the electrical impulse. So the impulse which transmit from receptor organ to nervous system through electrochemical wave. So it transmits from receptor organ to nervous system by the electrochemical mode. So this is the receiving. After reaching the information, after reaching the impulse to the nervous system means here this is the central nervous system, the processing takes place. What is the meaning of processing? Whatever information, whatever impulse or the stimuli collected by the nervous system, it is compared with the past information which was stored before. So the information, it is processed inside the central nervous system. Central nervous system means brain and the spinal cord. So whatever information gathered by the nervous system, such information which is compared with the past information and some of the information stored inside the brain, and accordingly after processing, the central nervous system respond to the stimuli. So after processing, so the processing takes place inside the central nervous system. It may be brain and spinal cord. So inside brain and spinal cord, the processing of impulse takes place. After processing, the another impulse generated from central nervous system or the brain, and such impulse is known as the motor impulse. This is known as the motor impulse. Such motor impulse which transmit from central nervous system to effector organ. So this is the effector organ. Such effector organ, it may be skeletal muscles or smooth muscles of glands, or the smooth muscles of gland. So after processing of information, another new motor impulse generated, and such motor impulse transmit from central nervous system to effector organ. It may be skeletal muscles or the smooth muscles. And the convey of such motor impulse through the nerve, such nerve is known as efferent nerve. Such nerve is known as efferent nerve, or such nerve also known as motor nerve. So the efferent nerve which transmit the motor impulse from the central nervous system, to efferent organ. So this is the efferent organ. Such efferent organ, it may be skeletal muscles or the smooth muscles. So after processing, the motor impulse generated inside the central nervous system, accordingly central nervous system convey the motor impulse to the efferent organ, and this is known as the responding to the stimuli. So this is the stimuli which conveyed to the central nervous system. After processing, the new impulse actually generated, and such new impulse is known as the motor impulse or the responding impulse. Such motor impulse which conveyed to the effector organ, and this is known as the responding. So responding to the particular impulse. So nervous system which performs these three important functions. One is the receiving and processing and the responding. So responding to the particular impulse which is known as the irritability. So irritability, this is the single term which is used for the responding to the particular impulse of the nervous system. So responding of nervous system to a particular impulse which is known as the irritability. So irritability, this is the main important function of the nervous system. So nervous system which is designed in such a way that which performs such three important functions: the receiving, the processing, responding or the irritability, and some of the information which is stored for future inside the central nervous system. My nervous system doing all these things: receiving of information, processing of information, and responding to the stimuli. All these things actually occur because of coordination and integration of different activities of different system of the body. The animal body is composed of so many systems. That is the organ system organization. That's why all the systems are interdependent. The function of one system, it depends on the function of other system. The function of one system which complement to the function of another system. So all the system interdependent. So because of such interdependency, there should be the integration and the coordination among the different system or among the function of different organs. So such coordination, such integrity, such complementation actually maintained by the nervous system. That's why nervous system, this is the system of coordination and the integration. Nervous system coordinate and integrate the activities of different system or activities of different organs because of the creation of nerve impulse or because of the electrical impulse. So electrical impulse, because of the electrical impulse, the nervous system coordinate or integrate the different system or different organs. Another system is there which is the endocrine system. This is also a part of coordination and the integration. So endocrine system, this is also another part of the coordination and the integration. So endocrine system, it secrete hormone, and such hormone which is chemical. It is chemical. That's why both the system togetherly control and coordinate or integrate different activities or all the activities of our body, and such coordination which is known as the electrochemical. So such coordination takes place by electrochemical method. Electrochemical method. So electro means electrical, which is done by the nervous system, and chemical means the hormonal, which actually done by the endocrine system. So endocrine system and the nervous system integrate to each other and they form the neuroendocrine system. So both the system which forms neuroendocrine system. Neuroendocrine system. So the neural system and the endocrine system togetherly control and coordinate different activities of our body. So come to the nervous system. Such nervous system, it is very important for the coordination and control and integration of the function of different organ system. Let's take an example. If you doing the exercise, if you're doing the physical exercise means the activity of skeletal muscles increased. The activity of skeletal muscles which need more and more energy. The supply of more and more energy to the skeletal muscles, it needs the supply of more oxygen. The supply of more oxygen which actually cope of the increasing of heart rate. Increasing of heart rate means heartbeat. The increasing of heart rate, it needs the increasing of respiration, the rate of respiration. The increasing of rate of respiration which needs the increasing of blood flow or the blood circulation or the activities of blood vessels. Activity of blood vessel. So because of the blood circulation, the sweating formation takes place as well as the renal function or the function of kidney increases. As a result, the formation of urine also takes place. So the physical exercise, it need more energy. The supply of more energy which need the more oxygen. So the supply of more oxygen which need the increasing of heart rate. The increasing of heart rate which need the rate of increasing the rate of respiration. The increasing of rate of respiration which needs the circulation of blood vessels or the blood flow, circulation of blood flow. So circulation of blood flow which needs or which creates sweating or the formation of urine. So here the physical exercise or the activity of skeletal muscles or the muscles, the activity of muscles which need the action of different system, which need the function of different system, or togetherly all the system, all the organs togetherly works, and it is known as the integration. So here the working of the muscles, the oxygen metabolism, the increasing of heart rate, respiration, circulatory system, respiratory system, and the skin, all these, the urinary system, all these system, they works togetherly as a unit which is known as the integration. And such integrity or the such integration which is interdependent, and it is known as the coordination. It is known as the coordination. Such coordination system actually done by the nervous system. If the exercise stop, then the activity of all the organs, all the system go to normal. If exercise stop, then all the system they back to the normal position. So this is known as the coordination and the integration. So such coordination and the integration, it is done by the nervous system. So nervous system, this is the system of the coordination, or this is the part of the system of the coordination or the integration of different physiological activities of our body. Thank you for watching.